I've always liked to be fit, and I've always liked working out. It's not something that I choose to do, it's something that I have to do. It just makes training a lot more fun when there's a race at the end of it.
I've been told that you can make the mold of what you want to be.
When this is all done, it's gonna be over, and you wanna be proud of what you did, and you wanna be proud of the effort you put in. You can do anything if you work hard enough. I just love the feeling of pushing myself. I'm kind of known as like a hardcore obstacle course racer. My short-term goal right now is like just to try and be a world champion at this sport. I focus on the Spartan races. Usually there's about, in kind of a 10-mile race, there'll be about 30 different obstacles. Everything from like low crawl barbed wire, carrying heavy buckets and sandbags on your back, climbing over walls, climbing over ropes, to even a spear throw. Last year I was third at Worlds. I'm just trying to climb that ladder and eventually be the best in the sport. When my season started, my plan was naturally to win world championships. So yeah, I mean, I had really, really high hopes going into the season.
Deep breath, keep it close. Over the last 5 years, we've been working on getting her stronger so that when she hits an obstacle, she's not losing positions on an obstacle. Good. To the cone and back. Normal breathing, don't shallow it up. Strength training and doing this stuff gives her body a context in order to move the weight, and that's why we want to make sure that she's lifting heavy things within a metabolic workout so that we're not partitioning her strength from her metabolic work, because a race doesn't think about that. Keep it going. You want to be able to run really fast, pass people on the run, come to an obstacle, crush the obstacle, and you go. Time. Good. Nice.
I've kind of developed a training plan now that's like really balanced. So I'm working out every day, but I'm resting certain muscles, so I'm not getting as many overuse injuries anymore.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going 60 seconds all out, 15-second break, 60 seconds all out, and in those workouts, it's almost like a CrossFit style workout, but a bit more modified to exercises that would specifically help for the obstacles. I was kind of like almost like a bit at a young age, like a bit fascinated by kind of discomfort and pain. And I remember being like, this is like, it's crazy that I just like, my legs feel like rubber and my heart feels like it's gonna pound out of its chest. But you know, if you have the right mindset, you can like push through. So I've always pushed myself to the max.
Today is your day, Spartan. You will claim your glory here today.
Obviously, everyone expects me to win all the Canadian races. They're almost sometimes more stressful because it's like second and third place doesn't even seem like it's an option for me at those events. This year, it's so competitive, and with all these three-way and two-way ties, and you end up knowing someone's strengths and someone's weaknesses, and you attack when you know it's your strength and their weakness, and you just try and like hang on.
Faye, as a child, she was stubborn and she was really active. There was no holding her down.
In junior high school, we would do these 600-meter loops around the school before our gym class, and I would like come in and like my gym teachers were like, did you cut a corner? Like, why are you back so fast? Like, did you do yours? And like, they just couldn't understand that I'd do these like 600 loops like so fast, faster than all the boys. And so my gym teacher actually talked to my parents and suggested that they put me in track.
She broke the 10-year record for the 3,000 meter. So her time was 10:23. When Faye went to the nationals, that's when she took 32 seconds off from the record that she broke for the grade 10 high school provincials.
Spartan racing to me has a lot more than running kind of gave me. Running gave me my work ethic. It like gave me the ability to push myself. But what Spartan racing has given me, it's given me an adrenaline rush. This sport is becoming like what CrossFit was a couple years ago. It's gonna get more and more competitive and it's gonna grow.
Faye Stenning, finishing in the top 10 overall. Way to go, Faye.
Okay, Adam, what were you?
I was 110-ish.
I was 109.
Could I get you sign my book?
Yeah, sure. What's your name?
Yeah.
Are you racing today?
Yeah.
Good luck, man. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Good luck today.
Thank you.
This sport, our season is so long that at the end of the year, it's kind of like a war of attrition. It's like whose body can kind of hold up and last. And sometimes it's not even that the fittest or the best athlete will win races, it's whoever's the healthiest.
Yeah, it pinches right
blocks.
there. That last 30 degrees.
Okay.
So I guess it's not perfect.
So this is getting into anterior deltoid, long-headed biceps tendon, and just trying to keep that lower trap there locked in and engaged.
Right.
I had a really, really bad injuries. I had Achilles tendonitis, I had patellofemoral, and I had IT band syndrome all within like a span of maybe 4 months. It was just like bang, 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 one after another, and it knocked me off my feet.
If you just treat the point of pain, then they still stay in that adaptive pattern. They still take on that excess overload until ultimately they just keep sort of breaking down again. So whenever they get into that cycle of you get a tight hamstring, you work the hamstring, then it's clear, then it gets tight again, you just sit there and just in the spin cycle. We got to figure out the deeper why is that hamstring overreacting all the time and how to clean that up.
Oh.
It's like devastating, and I freak out, and I'm like trying to figure out how to stay in shape because I don't want everything that I've worked for to just sort of be taken away because I have to take a week, 2, maybe even months off.
Faye's really good at sucking things up because she'd rather feel better after that she pushed herself. When she was in high school, I think it was in grade 12, she dropped out at a couple of races that she could have placed high and gone to international competitions, but she freaked out. And because she didn't think that she would place, she just thought she'd drop out instead.
I just remember just stopping racing because I was so worried that I wouldn't make the team. And I had really no excuse. I just really let the pressure and the hype of everything get to me. I had a really tough time running just because I was so successful so young. As I got older, I was having hard times. Like I was in my 20s and I sometimes couldn't even run times that I had ran when I was 16 years old. And this would go on for years. I mean, it was really hard. And I hated it, but I couldn't quit until I knew that something else was out there for me in sport. Then I found obstacle course racing and everything sort of came together.
Faye's competitive spirit is unlike anything else I've ever seen in that she will suffer for hours and hours, and Faye doesn't half-ass anything. She's all in all the time.
One of my best friends, whose name is Jessica O'Connell, we grew up running track and cross country together. She's kept it up and she's totally done amazing with the sport. She was at the Rio Olympics for the 5,000. So we both are living this, as professional athletes, and, we're worried initially about money and are we going to be able to make this work? So we decided to start an online coaching business together.
So we'll go Monday workout.
Run workout?
Okay.
Obviously, we don't want to injure our clients because then we don't have them as clients. And we want them to enjoy the training and it not be such a chore. And I haven't really practiced what I've been preaching. I have this inflated self-confidence where I think I'm so tough that those rules of like rest days and recoveries like don't apply to me.
Yeah, so today really is the focus is on the women's race. The men 1 through 3, the positions are locked up, but women, we have 2 through 5 wide open.
I expect Faye Stenning to put it all out there today. Morning, ladies. How we doing? Probably, in my opinion, going to finish in your 3rd position, but it's going to take a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think that I burnt myself out before West Virginia race. I was like a totally different athlete. I had like no ability to push, and my body just like couldn't respond to the effort that I was trying to throw down in that race. And it was really scary. Like I just didn't really know what was wrong with me. I just felt extremely exhausted.
The question is, where's Faye Stenning?
You know, it could be a tougher race for her. Who knows? But I'm not one to count Faye out.
I was the predicted winner of that race, and then so not even to be on the podium was like heartbreaking. And in the race, when I knew I had no chance at the podium, it was really hard to just like not give up. But it was amazing having all these other athletes out on the course, because I just didn't want to set a bad example that like it's okay to give up, and they actually really pushed me through the course.
I think for Faye, it's a little bit of a back to the drawing board moment and move on and get ready for Worlds.
So I placed 7th in Virginia, and it was hard. Like going from I'm gonna win this to I'm gonna just try and finish it was like extremely humbling. I definitely didn't have a lot of confidence. I mean, if I'm not confident, if you don't have confidence, you don't have anything. Between West Virginia and the Spartan World Championships, I had 5 weeks. I basically scratched my whole training plan. I had planned to do all these big runs and big workouts, and I talked to Jessica O'Connell, my business partner. Like, I was just like, what do you think I should do? And she like took off so many miles. Like, I think I went from like running 75 miles to like 45 miles. And I was really scared at the same time, because I was like, I'm not doing anything. There is no way this is gonna work. But Jess kept on being like, trust the process. So I gave her full control of my training program, and it totally worked. I remember being on the start line, and I wasn't even predicted to be in the top 5 this year, and I'm like on the start line, and I really didn't know if I was gonna win it or come like top 50. I was going into the race like completely blind, but the only thing I knew was like I was like had a lot of energy, and I was like really hyper, and I was like ready to go.
Faye Stenning had a rough year in the U.S. Championship Series, and yet here she is, just coming out ferocious.
My legs felt so light. I felt so rested. I was like I felt like I was on some sort of a drug. Like I was on fire. And coming into the Hercois, which was about like less than 100 meters from the finish line, and I was in 3rd place, and I was really, really happy. And a volunteer said that I can't put my feet on the rails. And so I was just using my arms to get this thing up, which I've never done before. I always use my legs too, and I just didn't have the strength in my arms to get it up all the way to the top. I was so afraid of getting disqualified that I just had to fail that obstacle and went to go do burpees. And then meanwhile, the 4th place girl came and did it, and she passed me while I was doing my penalty, which was the burpees. It sucked, but lessons learned is like I need to be a bit smarter in the race, and like I'm a professional athlete, I need to know the rules. I finished 4th at World Championships, and I was really happy with my performance. So it was a huge confidence booster for me, because I know it's in there, and I know that I'm capable of eventually winning a World Championship. Everyone kind of thinks about me in the sport as like being so intense and so tough and like go, 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 and more is better. And I really honestly thought that for the longest time until this year. And now I'm just learning to have balance. If I can balance my training program as well as I balance my life, I think I'll be very successful.